having learned the multipurpose tables with the different types of sentences along with the different tenses, let's now move on to the exercises, right? So we are going to deal with a few examples or few exercises which are going to be converted to the different types of sentences. Let's begin with the first example. Not first example, first exercise. Anil is the best batsman of our team. So which type of sentence is this? I'm not asking you which tense it belongs to. I'm asking you what type of sentence is it? Anil is the best batsman of our team. It is a positive sentence. Okay, so now we are going to convert it into a negative sentence. What are you supposed to do if you want to convert a sentence into a negative sentence? You're right. You are expected to add not to it. So, Anil is not the best batsman of our team. What's the next type of sentence? The next type of sentence is the interrogative sentence. So, this is in the present tense, simple present tense. So, what is the structure for the interrogative form of this sentence? Yes, you begin with is. Is Anil the best batsman of our team? Do not forget to put the question mark because this is an interrogative sentence. The next type of sentence, the negative interrogative sentence. What are you supposed to do? You are expected to add a not along with the verb used there. So, is not. It can be, as I said, it can be isn't. But since we have learned the structure this way, let's stick on to the same. Is not Anil the best batsman of our team? Do not forget to put the question mark. So here, the question given to you is in the positive or affirmative tone, affirmative sentence, and we have converted it to the negative, to the interrogative, and to the negative interrogative sentence. So be prepared to get any type of sentence. Your question might be a positive sentence. It can be an interrogative sentence. And you might be expected to convert it into a negative sentence. That will come with practice. Let's move on to the next example. The train has not arrived at the right time. So now read the sentence and tell me What type of sentence is it? It clearly says has not. That means it is a negative sentence. And what's the tense that is being used here? You're right, it's present perfect tense because you have has plus the ed form of the verb. So this is the negative form of the sentence. Let's try converting it to the positive form. What are you supposed to do if it's a positive form? Remove the not. The train has arrived at the right time. So as I said, since we have removed not, it becomes a positive or affirmative sentence. The next type, let's try converting it into an interrogative sentence. How are you going to begin? Recall the structure that we had learned for present perfect tense interrogative sentence. Yes, you will begin with has plus the subject. Has the train arrived at the right time? So this is an interrogative sentence. What's the format for a negative interrogative sentence? Has not the train arrived at the right time? Let's go through all the 4 sentences once again. The train has not arrived at the right time is a negative sentence. We have identified it to be a negative sentence of the present perfect tense because it has plus the ed form of the verb along with not. So let's try converting it to the positive sentence. Remove not. The train has arrived at the right time. Next comes the interrogative sentence. Begin with has or have. Okay, whatever is applicable there. So here, since has is applicable, we begin it like this. Has the train arrived at the right time? And the negative interrogative form, has not the train arrived at the right time? You should notice that I have not forgotten to put the question marks in both the interrogative and the negative interrogative sentence because they are questions. Let's move on to the next example. The next example, she had been playing since morning. What type of sentence is this? Positive, negative, interrogative or negative interrogative? You're right, it is a positive sentence. And what tense is it in? Had been playing. So, had plus been plus ing form of the verb. Check with your structure, you will understand that this is the past perfect continuous tense. Along with the structure, now let's convert the sentence into the negative form. She had, what are you supposed to add along with it? If it's a negative sentence? Yes, not. She had not been playing since morning. That is the negative form of the sentence. Let's move on to the interrogative form. How are we going to begin the interrogative form of this particular sentence? Yes, we will begin with had. Had she been playing since morning? The negative interrogative form, had she not, right? As I had told you earlier, it can be had she not been playing since morning, or hadn't, which is had not she been playing since morning. Going through all the four sentences again, the first sentence is a positive sentence which says she had been playing since morning. The negative form, she had not been playing since morning. The interrogative form, had she been playing since morning? Note the question mark. And the negative interrogative form, had she not been playing since morning, or had not she been playing since morning? Either ways, this sentence is right. Let's move on to the next example. This is a simple sentence, so I expect you to try the answers first before we could discuss them on the board. Timothy was sleeping. As simple as it is, right? Try to convert this. First you need to identify what sort of sentence it is. It is a positive sentence, and what tense is it in? It is in past continuous tense. Yes, try to convert it into the negative form now. Timothy was not sleeping. The interrogative form was Timothy sleeping? And the negative interrogative form was not Timothy sleeping? Let's go through the four sentences once again. Timothy was sleeping is a positive sentence. Timothy was not sleeping is the negative sentence. Was Timothy sleeping is the interrogative sentence, and was not Timothy sleeping is the negative interrogative sentence, right? So that was a very simple example, and I'm sure it was not a tedious task for you to convert the sentences into all the four different types of sentences. All what you need to keep in mind is to identify the correct tense. Let's move on to the next example. I will be leaving the town tomorrow. What tense is this sentence in? Will be leaving. Yes, future continuous tense. And what type of sentence is this? It is a positive sentence. I will be leaving the town tomorrow. Let's convert it into the negative form. I will not be leaving the town tomorrow. A negative form. Let's move on to the interrogative form. Will I be leaving the town tomorrow? That is the interrogative form. Will I not? So as I said earlier, it can either be will I not be leaving or will not. That is won't. Will not I be leaving the town tomorrow? Let's go through all the four sentences once again for your better understanding. The first sentence says, I will be leaving the town tomorrow. We have identified that it is a positive sentence with what tense? Future continuous tense, right? So let's try to convert it to the negative form where you will have to add just a not to it. I hope you can always refer your structure which we had discussed in the previous session. I will not be leaving the town tomorrow. The interrogative begin with will. Will I be leaving the town tomorrow? And the negative interrogative, will I not be leaving the town tomorrow? Or will not I be leaving the town tomorrow? Let's check with one more example.